through the forbearance of the Most High, to declare, as I say, at this time his righteousness. You see, righteousness is keeping of the laws of the Most High, that he might be just and the justifier of him which believeth in a Mashiach h.o.i, going to the Most High on our behalf, for atonement, asking for atonement for our sins. It's all laid out here. It's all, can't deny it. Go to verse 10. As it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one. You hear what he said? Say, none of us righteous, no, not one. There is none that understandeth, there is none that seeketh after the Most High. They are all gone out of the way. They are together become unprofitable. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. We know that good is, hold that, get Romans 7:12. Wherefore the law is holy, Romans 7 and 12. What's good? Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good. The law and the commandments is good. So he's telling you, they not follow the commandments. Verse 12, Romans 3 and 12. They are all gone out of the way. They are together become unprofitable. There is none that doeth good. There's none that keeping the commandments and laws of the Most High. No, not one. So their throat is an open sepulchre. With their tongues they have used deceit. With their tongues they have lied to the people. That's why you're looking at Galatians. Who have fooled you? Who have bewitched you? You foolish Galatians. With their tongues they have used deceit until this day. Lying, saying we Gentiles grafted in. Don't know who you grafted in among, because you ain't asked who you grafted in among. You just taking what they're saying, just like the parents. You know, robots and robotees. Robots are the ones that's following the way of going back to the Catholic Church, following what they taught everyone to be dealing with in as Christianity and all of the other different religions and so forth. Going back to the Catholic Church. Their throat is an open sepulchre, with their tongues they have used deceit, lying to the people. The poison of apes is under their lips. My secretary called the scribes and Pharisees and so forth, the elders and all them, what do you call them? Serpents, vipers, poisonous snakes. John the Baptist called them the same thing. How they going to escape the wrath of the Most High? Lying to the people. As it is today, they poison of apes is under their lips, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Destruction and misery are in their ways. And the way of peace have they not known. They're the ones that gave Mashiach h.o.i up to the Romans to kill him. Come on now. Think about that. The Romans, so-called Italian Caucasian soldiers, killed him. But we as the Israelites, scribes and Pharisees and all them, they was always plotting to kill him. We done read how he had to get away. They wanted to stone him because he said, before Abraham was, I am. The same I am that we reading about in Exodus 3:14. Oh yeah. They want to stone him because they don't have a spiritual understanding. Like some of you might not have it now, but hopefully you will go over this, go back over it, so you'll see and hear what the Spirit is bringing out. Very important. There is no fear of the Most High before their eyes, as I've been saying. And show you the Most High name is jealous. He said, I will melt you. There ain't no fear of the Most High before their eyes. Their eyes only think about what it is that the spirits inside them have them think of to be evil. That's why Ecclesiastes 3:24 says, for many are deceived by their own vain opinion. And an evil, Satan, the devil, the serpent, the dragon, the beast, in the way of this world, the system of this world, comes into their minds and overthrow their judgment. Many are deceived by their own vain opinion, worthless opinion, the way you think is worthless, and an evil suspicion overthrowing their judgment. Ecclesiastes 3:24. Because you're leaning on your own understanding, how you feel. So I don't care nothing about that. That's why I said there is no fear of the Most High before their eyes. Now we know that what things soever the law saith, what the law saying, it saith to them who are under the law. Who's under the law? That every mouth may be stopped and all the world may become guilty before you. So anything the law is saying, it's saying to them who are under the law. Who's under the law? Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Who's under the law? So it's saying to them. That's why this is very important to understand and understand. Psalms 147, 19 and 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Psalms 147, 19 and 20. He have not dealt so with any nation. So the law is to those that the Most High gave the law to. He have not dealt so with any nation. So the other nations was not given the laws of the Most High. They're supposed to be listening and learning from us. The men that is on this earth now, bringing forth this truth back into this earth as ministers of the Most High and learning what we learning and what we bringing forth. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, the punishments for breaking the laws of the Most High, they have not known them. They have not known the judgment of the Most High. But it's coming. But it's coming through a h.o.i. Praise ye the Most High. As he come and judge and make war. So don't get it twisted. Because he tells you in Lamentations 4:22. Lamentations, right after Jeremiah, Lamentations being the weeping prophet. Jeremiah 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, O 12 tribes of Israel. Zion represents the Israelites. The punishment of thine iniquity, punishment for what? And what is the punishment? The judgment of the Most High, like we say. The other nations have not known the judgment of the Most High. That's what his judgment, they have not known it. So the punishment is the judgment that the Most High gave to we, the 12 tribes of Israel. Captivity after captivity after captivity, because we were wicked. And not following the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. And the righteous and the wicked went down with the wicked. Straight up. Of the Israelites. It says, the punishment of thine iniquity, us breaking the laws of the Most High, is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. We near the end, brothers and sisters. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. That's why you read Deuteronomy 28:68. It says, the Most High shall send thee into Egypt. Captivity, slavery, and bondage. We read Exodus 20:2. Defines Egypt. House of bondage. Most High going to send you into captivity, slavery, and bondage, Egypt, again, another time, with ships. We the only people as a nation were carried in slave ships. Period. To captivity. By the way where I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there when you go on these ships, ye shall be sold unto your enemies. For bondmen and bondwomen, slave men and slave women, and no man shall buy you. Nobody's going to buy us. Nobody's going to redeem us from this captivity that we're in. That's why it behooves you to really, really change the way you living, the way you think, and come back to the Most High in sincerity and fear Him and want to know more about Him. Because h.o.i. ain't coming back for no novices. He told you men's working 12 hours, 11 hours in this work. One that's gonna come the last hour, they're gonna be in it. Get nobody that's at least you in an hour, you better knowing something, a whole lot. You talk about those, they ain't doing nothing, they ain't coming in at all, they came in to be able to see this truth and be involved in it? No. Y'all talk about I can do whatever I want to do. I'm gonna be redeemed, you're gonna beat me up whenever all this stuff go down. No. They working the hour, they working. They put work in. They're going to receive the same benefit as those that's been working a long time. He just called them then. You see? We can't stop that. Most High do the calling. He allowed the h.o.i. do the choosing. We can't stop it. Has nothing to do with it. Just feel great. And I feel great if you make it. That's what it's all about. It ain't about, I got to be this person, that, man. The body of h.o.i. let me be that baby toenail. They're just starting to grow. At least it's growing. Yeah, I'm there. Whatever part of the body. And that's what you should think. You know? But we don't know. You don't know, else you tell me, I know my position in the kingdom already. You ain't gonna say that. So keep it real. That's why I say the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Our punishment is over. It's pretty much getting ready to be over when this happens. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. I read Deuteronomy, or I quoted Deuteronomy 28 and 68 for you. So that's the last time we would go into captivity, when we go on these slave ships. And we've been here under this oppressive system over 400 years. This is what he say he's going to do. He will visit thine iniquity, visit your wickedness, your sins, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. He will discover your sins. How you have sinned against the Most High, transgressed the Most High's laws. Yeah, he going to visit your sins. That's why I tell you in 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. We got next forever and ever and ever. So that's just the way it is. We can't stop that. Everybody had this time to rule, and the time for the 12 tribes of Israel to rule forever and ever and ever is the next kingdom that's going to be on this earth. In righteousness, by the laws of the Most High. So it behooves you to look at, okay, so we rehearse the righteous acts, to look at, okay, well, what does the Most High feel about this? How you feel about that? How it's going to be in the kingdom? And accept that. Or you're not going to the kingdom. Because you're against him. You're at war with him. He said, this is where it's going to be, this is how it's going to be. Like a lot of you, some things only involve you in your bubble that you live in, but at the same time, you got a problem with something that don't even have nothing to do with you. That's what I've experienced in my life with Israelites. Got nothing to do with them. You got to accept it. I got to accept the fact that the Most High took, he took the daughters of Zion, he took y'all, he just, man, he took everything that you had down to butt naked and nothing, whatever. You just, with every nation, but he killed the men. He made y'all secret parts smell, your secret part smell, and took your hair away from you. Baldness and so forth. Because you had hair going all the way down to the big apple that went down to the ground and so forth. I mean, beyond that, you know what I mean? Like, hair like that. Some sisters, they get it back. I mean, but most of you, it's like that. That's why you got them weaves and so forth. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. That's part of what the Most High said he would do. That's why you want what you had back. You know? But he killed the men. He killed us. He didn't play with us. He killed us. Wasn't that he took away from us, but death. That's what he brought to us as men, death. So we got to eat it. We got to eat it. You know, knowing that. And knowing that he ain't finished. There'll be many martyrs. There'll be the Israelites. He said he's going to discover the Edomite sins. So I'm not saying h.o.i. we read in Revelation 19:13 how his garment going to be drenched with blood. You look at the Thaahwam Compact Bible Dictionary, it says Edom. You look up Edom, it says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments. And it gives you scriptures to back it up. Isaiah 34:5 and 6. That's what they give. The elite know this. But the average person don't know anything about it because they don't know what to look for because they haven't been taught. And he gives you Isaiah 63 and 1. I'll say Isaiah 63 and 1 down. When you keep reading down, you'll see whose blood is going to be upon his vesture. And that's Edom. Because they're going to be a super part of the earth. They ain't giving this up. We tell y'all they're going to fight. They're going to be scared, but they're going to fight. Oh, yeah. So it is what it is. Just like we fought before we went into captivity. Everybody fights. So it is what it is. We just got to really look at trying to come back so that we can be righteous in the eyes of the Most High. That's what it's all about. No more, no less. So everybody should be trying to look at how can you be pleasing in the eyes of the Most High. And don't tell me you can do whatever you want to do and the Most High going to just accept it. We just read that in Revelations 14 and 12 and Revelation 22 and 14, how you got to keep the commandments of the Most High, have faith in the Mashiach Yahushua. Romans, the 9th chapter. In verse 4. Romans 9 and 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, that's being adopted back to the Most High, and the glory of the kingdom of heaven that's coming to the Israelites. And the covenants given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel. And if you go to the scriptures that I gave as the prelude to Galatians, the 3rd chapter, I broke this whole from Romans 9 verse 1 to 5 down. And the giving of the law, we just read it, that the Most High gave the law to the Israelites, and the service of the Most High, through the Levites and so forth, the priests of the Most High, and we all become priests now, all 12 tribes. And the promises given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel. See? Verse 7. Neither, because they are the seed of Abraham, are they all children. So listen, because Abraham had a lot of children, you know, a whole lot of nations, right? But in Isaac shall thy seed be called, see? But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That's not Ishmael. Abraham had Ishmael, then he had Isaac. But it says, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, which are the ones that Hagar had, which her son was named Ishmael, Abraham's firstborn, when he was with Sarah, our foremother. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of the Most High. So then you know that they are not the children of the Most High, the Ishmaelites. But the children of the promise are counted for the seed. Who is that? Go up to verse 4. Who are Israelites. See? Last precept, and the promises. That's what he's saying. The promise is given to who? Verse 4, who are Israelites. So it says clearly. So I have to bring this out because it's a misunderstanding. When you see Gentiles, you're talking about everybody. It's not talking about everybody. He's telling you here clearly. Verse 8, that is, they which are the children of the flesh, which Abraham had a baby by Hagar named Ishmael, these are not the children of the Most High. But the children of the promise are counted for the seed. The children of the promise are counted for the seed. Promise was given to the Israelites. But this is the word of the promise. This is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. See, Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, see, for the children being not yet born, neither have he done any good or evil, talking about Jacob and Esau, for the purpose of the Most High, according to election might stand. The Most High ordained this. He elected this to happen. Not of works, because they in the womb. Not of works. Anything what a baby could do in the womb. Nothing. not of works, but of him that called it, but of the power of the Most High. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. So the first baby to come out gonna serve the younger. The next baby to come out, because there's twins in the room. As it is written, Jacob have I loved. See? He said, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So, he said, remember, he said, you're going to discover the sins of Edom once our oppressive days are over. And righteousness getting ready to be set up on this earth. As the Mashiach shall come and judge and make war. He said, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? What you got to say now? What you going to say to the Most High? Because he said he loved Jacob and he hated Esau. Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? You can say the Most High unrighteous because he hate Esau, he loved Jacob? Most High forbid. For he said it to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, because you want this, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. Who the Most High say going to show mercy to? Isaiah 14:1. So when you look at this, I mean, you listen, if you hear, those that have ears to hear, so how you going to put everybody in this? Galatians the 3rd chapter. When it say Gentiles, or whatever it's saying. When he's telling you how you feel, we're going to have mercy on. Isaiah 14:1. For the Most High will have mercy on Jacob, and yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. The other nations are going to be joined with us, but the Most High going to have mercy on Jacob. He going to yet choose Israel, the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, and set them, the Israelites, in their own land. And the strangers, these other nations, outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. They're going to be cleaving us. Realize the Most High is with us. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them, these strangers, these other nations, in the land of the Most High, for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. That's what it's telling us. This prophecy has not happened, brothers and sisters. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Most High shall give thee rest. We're going to have rest when the Most High going to have mercy on Jacob and set us in our own land. That's what he's going to do. Not no man. And it shall come to pass, verse 3, in the day that the Most High shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. That's when we have rest. Hallelujah. Yes, so that's good news. Romans 4:3. Romans the 4th chapter, 3rd verse. But what said the scripture? Abraham believed the Most High, and it was counted unto him for righteousness. Most High, with Abraham, he believed in the Most High, and was counted to Abraham for righteousness. Go to Genesis 15:6. Genesis 15:6. He believed, he had faith in the Most High. It was counted to Abraham for righteousness. Genesis 15:6. And he believed in the Most High, and he counted it to him for righteousness. See that? The word is beautiful. Was counted to him for righteousness. That's why even if you go back to Galatians 3:6, we had went over that. Galatians 3:6. Even as Abraham believed the Most High, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. So where did they get that from? They only had the law and the prophets to go to. That's it. That's why he's quoting from what we're reading here in Genesis 15:6. As it is written. You see? Beautiful. Let's continue. Uh, Look at Galatians, no, excuse me, James 2 and 20. James, the second chapter, and the 20th verse. But wilt thou know, O vain man, O worthless thinking man, that faith without works is dead? Like I told you, faith is an action word. You got to be doing something. He said, not hearers of the law are justified before the Most High, but doers of the law are justified. But without know, O vain man, James 2 and 20, that faith without works is dead. It's an action. You got to do something to prove your faith. Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? He did. Hey, look, he had. It wasn't just like Abraham go outside and put Isaac on the sacrificing battle. The sacrifice. No, he had to go somewhere. He told him to go somewhere. They had to go somewhere to sacrifice him. And all that time he's going, he's thinking, look at this, man, I gotta kill you. Man, I gotta put you to death. That's what I gotta do. Most I said I gotta do it. I gotta do it. That's a long time to think. He just had to go outside to do that. He had a goal. And as he's going, he's thinking about that. Man, I got to kill my son. Man, I've had him at this old age with my wife, Sarah. This miracle didn't happen. Now I got to kill him. Man, I'm 100 years old. Man, over 100 years old. Sarah over 100 years old. Now, she ain't 100, but he over 100. Sarah over 90. Dang, man. He walking with his son saying, I got to kill him. That's what I got to do. And ready, had it not ready to do it. Once I bought a sacrifice, you know, in the bush, he can sacrifice, but he can get ready to do it. That's what it says. That's an action. He's getting ready to sacrifice his son. Once I told him to do it, was not Abraham our father justified by works, verse 21, when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? See that? Man. Seest thou how faith wrought with his works? Like I say, faith is an action verb, which is an action word. You gotta do something. Be doing something. Seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect? And the scripture was fulfilled, which said, Abraham believed the Most High, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness. We read this about 3 times now. And he was called the friend of the Most High. He was called the friend of the Most High. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only? Let you know. That's why I said when you read Paul's writings, you got to understand, you got to go deep into it. Because he's not deviating from what's being said here. Or Peter or any other apostles. Or the prophets. Because all they had was the law and the prophets to go by. They didn't have the writings of Revelations and so forth. They had the law and the prophets to go by. Verse 24. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. That's why it says you got to keep the commandments of the Most High. And you got to have faith in the Most High. Going to the Most High on our behalf, having faith in the Most High. Likewise also was not Rahab the harlot, this prostitute, justified by works, when she had received the messengers and had sent them out another way? She received a messenger and sent them out another way. To save the men that had which spied out the land of Canaan. And say, hey, come over here. And when the men came looking for him, he said, they went that way. He told them, hey, they going that way, you go that way. Whereas the body without the spirit is dead. You know, whenever a person dies, that spirit leaves them. The body without the spirit is dead. The Most High get his spirit. That spirit leaves them. That's what I say, for as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works, without doing something, some action, is dead also. Without works. I'm telling you that. So this ain't something you just, I'll just call on the name of Jesus, I'm going to be saved. Call on the name of Mashiach, I'm going to be saved. No. You got to show your faith by your works. Period. from there, let's look at let's see. So you see, you got to be doing something. First thing is following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You got moral laws, you have ceremonial laws, you have dietary laws, you have civil laws that we can follow. 4 sets of laws we can follow right now. Look at James 2, verse 17. Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead being alone. So then you know, hey, you keep hearing faith, you talk about faith, that's why I say your righteousness must exceed the righteousness of the Pharisees and scribes. You see, they went through the different lands teaching the people a certain doctrine, bewitching them. Like some of you bewitched out there, you can't see. You're in darkness, but it was written that you would be in darkness. If you're in darkness, you can't see this spiritually. The scripture is still true. So it says, James 2:17, even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead being alone. That's why it says, that's why I took you to Revelation 14 and 12 and Revelation 22 and 14. Keeping the commandments of the Most High and the faith in the h.o.d.c. Yeah, a man may say, thou have faith. Yeah, a man might say, hey, I have faith. I believe in the Most High. And I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works. Show me your faith without keeping the laws of the Most High. Show me your faith without doing something to prove your faith in action that you're doing. He said, yeah, a man may say, thou have faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. See that? Because you're going to do things to be able to prove that you believe in the Most High. That you're accounted to following the righteousness of the Most High, which is keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments, and having faith in the true h.o.d.c that came and shed His precious blood for us, the children of Israel, as we have written, as the children of Israel, through the Spirit of the Most High, Spirit of h.o.d.c. Acts 5:31, repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. Verse 19, thou believest that there is one power. That's faith in the Most High. You believe that the Most High is the only power. He is the only power. I'll do it well. You do well. The devils also believe. Devils also have faith in the Most High. And tremble. You hear that? They tremble before the Most High. You know the Most High? Let you know, hey, the Most High is the ultimate. Y'all trying to put the devils and all this above the Most High. The Most High is the ultimate. You hear what he said? The devils tremble before the Most High. The angels are trembling before the Most High on the right hand and the left hand. Understand this. You believe that there's one power? Yeah. That's true. The devils also believe and tremble. So what you think tremble mean? You don't think they fear the Most High? You don't think that they scared of the Most High? Come on. Y'all try to make the fear of the Most High something different. It took children to tell everybody in the class what's the fear of the Most High. To be scared of them, be afraid of them. And they did that a couple of times. People were trying to come up with all these explanations because they've been brain polluted by Christianity. It didn't happen to me right on the street. I mean, hey, what's the fear of the Most High? Are you supposed to fear the Most High? Are you supposed to be scared of the Most High? Are you serious? Are you serious? You don't know the Most High. You can't know Him. Acts 3:25 and 26. Ye are the children of the prophets, and the covenant which the Most High made with our fathers, saying unto Abraham, and in thy seed, in your seed, Abraham, shall all the kindreds of the earth be blessed. unto you first. Most High, having raised up his Son, Mashiach Yahushua, sent him to bless you in turning away every one of you from his iniquities. He sent a Mashiach Yahushua to bless us in turning away every one of you from his iniquities. Every one of us turning away from sinning against the Most High, transgressing the Most High's laws, breaking the Most High's laws and commandments. Mashiach Yahushua was an example as he came here and showed us that it can be done because he came in the flesh just like we in the flesh. He went through temptations just like we got to go through temptations and so forth. And he was an example to show that it can be done. A lot of you trying to say, that was, first thing you say, oh, that was the Son of the Most High. Nobody could be like him. Look, let me clear that up. Go to Matthew 24 and 12. No, excuse me, I'm John 24, 12. No, John 14 to 12. Salakia. John 14 and 12. John 14 and 12. Verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, believe on my second I got faith in the Mashiach Yahushua, the works that I do, shall he do also. And that kills the fact that we can't do what the Mashiach Yahushua done. The works that I do, shall he do also. And what works he do? He did not sin. You believe in the Mashiach Yahushua, you will not sin. You'll have perfect righteousness. And greater works. I thought we couldn't be like a Mashiach Yahushua. He said, and greater works and greater works than these that Mashiach Yahushua done shall he do, because I go unto my Father. Now make it mean something different. That's what he said. So don't think that we can't. We can. You just gotta have that faith. You just have to have faith and believe in what he says and doing what's right, following his curriculum, his example, and not being, hard-headed and stiff-necked and rebellious and have our own way of thinking that's going to lead you straight to hell and nowhere else. With that hellfire where he said, I will melt you. Hebrews 12 and 29. Hebrews 12:29. For our power, the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is a consuming fire. Hear that? That's the New Testament. Our power is a consuming fire. I will melt you, he said. What are you reading from? Deuteronomy 4:24. The law. So don't tell me we ain't under the law. They reading, they quoting the law. Deuteronomy 4:24. For the Most High, thy power, your power, Israelites, is a consuming fire. Is that what we just read? Even a jealous power. We done read that also. Most High, our power, Israelites, is a consuming fire. That's what they're reading from. That's what they're quoting. Even a jealous power. Even a jealous power. Exodus 24:17. Most High speak once, yea, twice, man perceive it not. Exodus 24:17. And the sight of the glory of the Most High was like devouring fire on the top of the mount in the eyes of the children of Israel. You hear that? Eyes, the sight of the glory of the Most High, that's the glory of the Most High, not the Most High, was like devouring fire on the top of the mount in the eyes of the children of Israel. His glory. And the Most High consuming fire, so he said his glory. angel of the Most High to represent him. And he came as fire. I mean, it's clear. I mean, let's see what look at Acts 7:38. It says in Exodus 24:17, bear with me, as the Spirit moves, and the sight of the glory of the Most High was like devouring fire on the top of the mountains in the eyes of the children of Israel, right? Look at Hebrews 12. No. Acts 7:38. This is he. Remember, let's read 37. This is that Moses, which said unto the children of Israel, in Deuteronomy 18 and 15 and 8, Deuteronomy 18 and 18, a prophet shall the Most High, your power, raise up unto you of your brethren, of the children of Israel, like unto me. Him shall ye hear. Him shall ye hear, right? This is he that was in the church in the wilderness. Okay, now you know the Israelites were in the wilderness. That's the church. We ain't have no building. Most I don't dwell in temples made with hands. With the angel. Read it again. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angel which spake to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto us. See? So now, Exodus 24:17 again. And the sight of the glory of the Most High was like devouring fire upon the top of the mount in the eyes of the children of Israel. Right? But it also told you in verse 10, just recollection of the Spirit bringing back things of old. It told you in verse 10, Exodus 24:10, it said, and they saw the power of Israel. And there was under his feet, as it were, a paved work of sapphire stone, and as it were the body of heaven in the clearness, right?